The Marvel Universe has always thrived on a complex web of character dynamics, with Tony Stark, Iron Man, and Victor Von Doom, Doctor Doom, standing at the pinnacle of this intricacy. Both geniuses in their own right, Stark and Doom present a unique dichotomy between technological prowess and mystical power. Over the years, numerous comics, alternate realities, and fan theories have woven together stories that explore what would happen if these two intellectual titans crossed paths, merged identities, or faced off in a final showdown. Tony Stark, the billionaire playboy turned superhero, is known for his cutting-edge armor, innovative technology, and sharp wit. As Iron Man, Stark has proven time and again that his intellect can rival any challenge, whether it's developing new technologies, defeating enemies, or solving the most complex scientific problems. Stark's defining trait is his creativity and adaptability. When faced with danger, his first instinct is to engineer a solution. His ability to design the Iron Man suit and continually improve it has made him a symbol of human potential. He represents the best of what man and machine can achieve when combined. With each suit upgrade, Stark demonstrates his relentless drive to perfect his work, from Mark I in a cave in Afghanistan to the bleeding-edge armor that functions almost like a second skin. However, Stark's genius is not limited to just his armor. His contributions to fields like artificial intelligence, most notably creating JARVIS and FRIDAY, and clean energy solutions demonstrate his far-reaching impact on the Marvel world. Despite his sometimes abrasive personality, Stark has always been a man driven by responsibility, a desire to leave the world better than he found it. His journey from reckless playboy to self-sacrificing hero resonates deeply with fans, making his intelligence all the more compelling. Victor Von Doom, or Doctor Doom, presents a stark contrast to Stark's technological brilliance. A ruler of the fictional nation of Latveria and a master of both science and sorcery, Doom has long been one of Marvel's most complex villains. Unlike Stark, who focuses on technology, Doom embraces the arcane alongside scientific progress. This duality gives him an edge that Stark doesn't possess, mastery over both the physical and metaphysical worlds. Doom's armor rivals Iron Man's in its sophistication, but what sets him apart is his reliance on mystical artifacts and sorcery, making him impervious to many conventional attacks. Doom's intelligence is often cited as being on par with, if not superior to, Stark's. Marvel fans and creators alike have debated this extensively. One factor that undeniably plays into Doom's perceived superiority is his sheer ambition. While Stark seeks to save the world, Doom believes that the world should bow to his will. He sees himself as a necessary ruler, driven by a self-assured belief in his own moral superiority. In many ways, Doom is a dark reflection of what Stark could become without the tempering force of his humanity. The Stark-Doom paradox: what happens when they collide? The rivalry between Tony Stark and Doctor Doom isn't just a battle of technology versus sorcery, it's a clash of ideologies. Stark's belief in innovation and teamwork stands in direct opposition to Doom's authoritarian desire to rule. Their intellectual clashes have resulted in some of the most interesting narratives within Marvel Comics, with one of the most notable being the 2010 comic What If? Iron Man, Demon in an Armor. In this storyline, Doom and Stark swap bodies, showcasing how each character handles the other's resources and responsibilities. Stark, in Doom's body, tries to bring reform to Latveria, while Doom, in Stark's body, aims to leverage Stark Industries for his own purposes. The fact that Doom can so seamlessly step into Stark's shoes and take control of his assets without skipping a beat speaks to his incredible intellect. Likewise, Stark's ability to manage Doom's mystical connections and political power highlights his quick adaptability. This narrative illustrates the fine line that separates these two characters. They are equally matched in intelligence, but it is their worldviews that differentiate them. Could Tony Stark become Doctor Doom? Recent fan theories and developments in the multiverse have explored the possibility of Tony Stark becoming Doctor Doom. As Marvel expands its cinematic and comic universes, there have been alternate realities where Stark takes on the mantle of Doom. One such possibility was teased in 2024, where Robert Downey Jr.'s return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, may involve him portraying a version of Doctor Doom. In these alternate realities, the lines between hero and villain blur as Stark's inherent hubris takes over, much like Doom's authoritarian nature. The transformation of Tony Stark into a darker version of himself who embraces Doom's methods is a captivating narrative, one that explores the consequences of unchecked power and intellect. The exploration of Stark's potential descent into the mindset of Doom raises a fascinating philosophical question: could Stark, under different circumstances, become the very villain he fights against? Doom, after all, was not always a villain. His descent into villainy stemmed from his desire to protect his people and the trauma of losing his mother to a demonic entity. Similarly, Stark's struggle with his inner demons, guilt over his creations, and the burden of his own intelligence could lead him down a darker path, one eerily similar to Doom's. The intelligence debate: who is smarter? One of the most hotly debated topics among Marvel fans is the question of who is smarter, Tony Stark or Dr. Doom. While Stark is undoubtedly a genius in the realm of technology and engineering, Doom's intelligence spans multiple disciplines, including sorcery. This broader scope arguably gives Doom the edge in terms of raw intellectual power. In many ways, Doom is the Marvel Universe's Renaissance man, equally at home in a scientific lab or a mystical ritual. Stark, on the other hand, excels in his niche, mechanical and digital engineering, but lacks the versatility that Doom commands. Even Stark himself has acknowledged Doom's brilliance, often referring to him as one of the few minds he truly respects. However, intelligence isn't just about raw knowledge. It's also about application. While Doom may have a broader skill set, Stark's ability to apply his intelligence to practical, world-changing inventions gives him an edge in a more grounded, real-world sense. Stark's technological innovations have saved the world countless times, whereas Doom's intelligence is often applied in more self-serving, destructive ways. When it comes to character development, both Tony Stark and Dr. Doom are exceptionally well-rounded and complex individuals. Stark's journey from a self-centered arms dealer to a self-sacrificing hero is one of the most compelling arcs in the Marvel Universe. His constant struggle with his own limitations, both physical, his heart condition, and emotional, his guilt over his weapons being used for evil, makes him a deeply relatable character. On the other hand, Doom's tragic backstory, his quest to save his mother's soul and his belief that only he can rule the world justly, paints him as more than just a villain. Doom is a character driven by a sense of destiny, and his belief in his own superiority is both his greatest strength and his tragic flaw. He is as much a victim of his own hubris as he is a villain. In terms of sheer narrative complexity, Doom may have the edge. His combination of sorcery and science, his complicated morality, and his tragic backstory make him one of Marvel's richest characters. However, Stark's relatability and redemption arc resonate more deeply with many fans, especially in light of his role in the MCU, where his portrayal by Robert Downey Jr. has become iconic. Ultimately, the debate over whether Tony Stark or Dr. Doom is the superior character comes down to personal preference. Stark represents the triumph of human ingenuity and the potential for redemption, while Doom embodies the dangers of unchecked ambition and power. Both characters serve as fascinating explorations of what it means to be a genius in the Marvel Universe, and their rivalry will continue to fuel debates among fans for years to come. In the end, neither Stark nor Doom can be said to be definitively better than the other. They are two sides of the same coin, geniuses who have chosen different paths. Stark fights to protect the world, while Doom seeks to rule it. And perhaps, in some alternate reality, they are destined to become one and the same.